Oh, hello, class. I am your supply teacher today. My name is Mr. Docile, and I'll be teaching you the sciences. Yes, let me just get my things. Yes, the sciences. Now, the sciences are a very, very interesting... sorry, I have to do the register first. I always forget this. Let me get my registration book. One second. Okay, so left it in my car. Okay. There we go. Adam, Alice, Ben, yes, Ellie, yes, Gabe, yes, there we go, Heather, Heather, oh, she's not here, okay, Jeremy, there we go, Ryan, Noel, Lisa, Georgia, Amanda, Darren, Chris. This is a very big class, I must say. Where were we? David, Charlie, Charles, Charlotte, Charles, Doug, Douglas, Daniel, oh, it's me. I think that's everyone. Put your hand up if your name is on the register and you haven't been called out. That's a lot of people. I don't know the protocol in this school for when that happens, so if there's a fire, don't die, because I'll be held liable. Okay, there we go. So, okay, the sciences. Now, the sciences are a wonderful thing. They come in 3 categories. You have biology, chemistry, and physics. I'll start by covering a tiny bit on all of them, or maybe just on one of them, but we'll see how the lesson goes. Okay, I'm going to start with biology. Now, biology is a fascinating thing. It's biology, and bio, I believe, means life. I could be completely wrong, but I am the supply teacher, so everything I say, even though it's wrong, becomes right. That's the law. So it's the study of living things or organisms. I do thus believe. What subject has your previous teacher, who is currently ill today, what has she explored within biology? Okay. Photosynthesis. Marvellous thing is photosynthesis. Plants just sort of lay around, the sun comes along, they go, we'll have some of that, and then they get bigger. Wonderful, that's pretty much as scientifically as I can explain that. But yes, biology is the study of life and all things living. We cover things such as evolution and genetics, which are very interesting. That's always something fun to look at. Yes, as I say, when I'm going through this, raise your hand with any questions or anything you don't quite understand. Okay. Yes? Yes, you can go to the toilet very well. Come on. No, don't do it in here. Go. As I was saying, where was I? Biology. Yes, biology. Love a bit of biology. I mean, somebody might say, "Sir, you're stalling. Why are you stalling? Teach us biology." And I say to that, "Shut up." I know a lot about biology, of course. I'm a science teacher. Let's see, genetics and evolution. That is your teacher. Your teacher's covered that, right? They haven't. Okay. Evolution, pretty much, is it's like say you have a fish, and one day that fish has a baby, but the baby's a bit special, and then more no, I can't explain to you biology and evolution how South Park explained it to you. That wouldn't quite work. You wouldn't learn anything. Quite frankly, it's genetic mutations, sort of, that benefit us in the long run. That's completely wrong, but I'm going to teach you that from now on. So what year did you say this class was? Year 2. Okay, probably a bit too steep of a topic is evolution, considering most of you are about 7. How about we put a hold on that for a couple of years, and I'll teach you about trees. How does that sound? I know about trees. Good. Okay. Anyone put their hand up if they can tell me what a tree is? Yes? Correct. It's a tree. Going places, you are. And what a tree does, you plant a seed in the ground, that seed gets nutrients from the earth and the sun and the water, and it soaks all that up, and that allows it to grow, just like us eating food, or, let's see, drinking water, or also getting sunlight. And that grows and grows and grows over a long period of time, and becomes a tree. Any questions? Good. Okay, there is also the matter of a plant. Now, a plant is slightly different, but not too different. You plant a seed, or the seed itself plants itself from some form of pollination, or what bees do and stuff like that, and the plant seed, or the pollen, or whatever you want to call it, lands on the ground, and then it gets water and nutrients from the earth and the sun, and it begins to grow. Yes. And so it grows, and then creates a flower of its own, which is able to make more and more flowers. And that's how there are so many goddamn flowers everywhere. Because flowers are populating like rabbits. Okay. Of course, it wouldn't be a biology lesson if I didn't tell you about animals as well. Speaking of rabbits, say with rabbits, you get a rabbit seed, you plant that rabbit seed in the ground, it gets water and nutrients and sunlight, and it grows into a fully fledged rabbit, and it climbs out of the ground, and then, so that rabbit throws up its own seed, and it's pretty self-explanatory, if you ask me. It's very self-explanatory, I think. Anyway, that's probably enough on biology. Thinking about it, I think that's all you need to know to pass any of your exams that you'd probably be having at this age. I don't know. Okay, there is also the matter of chemistry. Now, chemistry is very interesting. Chemistry is about chemical compounds coming together to create new things, or stuff like that, the periodic table and all the stuff like that I totally do know about. Okay, let's start with chemistry. Or should we start with chemistry? Trying to think. Acid and alkali. That's a good place to start with chemistry. You have two things on it. There's a spectrum, which is called the pH scale. Don't ask me what it means, because I don't know. And on one end, you have acidic, and on the other, you have alkali. And with the alkali, it's probably bad for you, and with the acid, it's definitely bad for you. So don't drink either of them. Only when it's in the middle, on 7, should you drink it, or maybe 8 or 6, but, so yeah, there we go. Chemistry lesson, don't drink acid or alkali. There we go. You just come back from the toilet. What were you doing in there? Don't tell me what you were doing in there. Just sit down. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you've got that. So don't drink anything from a science lab is pretty much the chemistry lesson. Golden rules when in a science lab: don't run, don't have fights with the chemicals, don't rub the chemicals on you, no matter how nice they may smell. When you're smelling chemicals, don't just smell them, you kind of have to waft them in your nose in case they are poisonous and you die. Never do what I once did and think you're cool by putting a glass stirring rod up your sleeve like you're in Assassin's Creed from Ezio from Assassin's Creed even, and it smashes and you get glass in your wrist and it hurts a lot. Never do that, it's a really bad idea. Always tie your hair back, because as lovely as hair is, it does not smell great when it's on fire. With Bunsen burners, never point them anyway apart from up, because if you point them upside down, there's a chance that it'll go back into the gas canister and explode, and it's not good. Don't play with fire. That's just a general rule in life. That's pretty much all you need to know to be successful in a chemistry lab. Yeah. Physics. Now, physics is a good one. Physics is a very good one. Best way I can describe physics. Gravity. Gravity is a very interesting subject, I tell you. Gravity is a very interesting subject. See, with gravity, the principle is the bigger something is, it has its own gravitational pull, which means smaller objects will be sucked towards it. Not necessarily sucked, they'll just be drawn towards it. Yes. It explains how the sun is a very big object, and it has a bunch of littler objects flying around it, like us and all of the planets. And because of this, because the sun is big, we are small, we are attracted to it. Obviously this doesn't work in small relations. If I have a really small marble and a really big person, if I throw that marble at that person, it will not create its own orbit, as much as that would be awesome. That's not what happens. So we have that. So it only works on things at a much, much larger scale. But I do believe it would work on things at a lot smaller scale as well, due to maybe things in quanta, like the atoms and the electrons and the neutrons circling. I don't know a lot about that, but that's an example of it small. But it doesn't work in human proportions. It doesn't really work. But it does to the fact that the Earth is really big and we are quite small. Therefore, when we jump, we come back down. If there was no gravity, when we jump, we would just keep flying up and up and up and up, and never come back down, which is obviously not what we want, because it would put the airlines out of business. So, there we go. An example of gravity right here. You see this register. It's now on the floor. Do you understand why it's on the floor? Put your hands up. You? Because I dropped it, yes. But what? Any other? Gravity. Gravity. It is gravity, there we are. You guys are learning fast. Okay. I would like you guys just to think about that for a second, whilst I go for a quick break. So just talk amongst yourselves for a second, okay? So it's apple juice, quite. It's hard work being a supply teacher, very hard work. Very hard work. Anyway, as I was saying, I told you about the basics of the sciences. Any other further questions you want to, ask me? Okay. Yes, you. What's a horse? That's quite a hard question to explain. A horse it's an animal with, it's a horse. I don't quite. No, that's a dog. What do you? Okay. Okay. The horse. When you go to a field, you see cows, and you also see the other things that look prettier than cows that people sometimes sit on. Horse. Yes, that's a horse. Okay, well done. I may have started you at quite a. No, okay. No matter. Any other questions? Yes? Yes, if you drink acid, it will kill you. say your daddy once took acid at a music festival. That's something different. Don't ask him about that. That's nothing to do with me. Okay, any other questions? I know so it's only a short lesson. I'm not really used to teaching this topic. No? Okay, I guess you can all go then. Yeah, tally-ho. I'll see you later. I guess, yes? Ah. Daddy, bye.